What's going on, guys? I am Matthias, and welcome back to more reading your comments, because that is what we do on Sunday. Yes! Today I'm reading more of your most embarrassing moments you've ever had, but a question of the day for a future episode is, when was the last time you really embarrassed yourself at a party, or at a big get-together, or at like a family event? Let me know down in the comments below, and I might read it for a future episode. What? Guys, also, if you want to go check out my daily vlog channel where I vlog daily with my wife who's about to have a kid, which is pretty awesome, go check that out. Link in the description below, and subscribe for more daily videos. I was in class, I don't know what age, and started sneezing. I sneezed 3 times, and the last time I sneezed, I farted at the same exact time. Everyone started laughing at me. My most embarrassing moment? Oh gosh, where do I get started? Okay, this was last year, and our teacher told us to put our orange folder away, and I don't know why, but I just ended up singing like an opera kind of, and I was in the class and I sang orange folder, and everyone was like, who the heck just said that? And my teacher then said, someone needs to calm down, and I turned bright red. Yeah, FML. My most embarrassing moment is when I was in the girls' bathroom and realized I got my period for the first time, not realizing that anyone was in the bathroom. I screamed, oh my gosh, and the teacher that was in the bathroom screamed, what? And flung open my stall door, allowing her to see me and my white panties. I'm sorry. What? Most embarrassing moment. One time my stomach was hurting so bad, but thankfully my mom was driving me to my grandma's house. So when we got there, I ran to the bathroom. Turns out the bathroom has not been used in a while, so it wouldn't really flush. So I kept flushing and it finally went down. So after a few weeks, my grandma, grandpa, and sister and brother went on a vacation. Anyways, we were on our way back to our state, and my grandma brought up that someone clogged the upstairs bathroom. They all blamed it on me, but I lied and I said, I haven't been up there in a few years. Gosh, that was so scary. I was at a camp and there was an old man. I had short hair at the time, and he said, oh, hi there, little boy. And I was like, I'm a girl? And I was wearing a skirt, and so many people were staring. My most embarrassing moment definitely went in the 6th grade when I had my friend ask out my first boyfriend for me, who was one of my closest friends, and he said he didn't like me that way. My first friend zone. It sucks, but we're dating now, which is weird. Not where I thought that story would end up. Most embarrassing moment was when I was 12 in a school trip when we went to the forest, etc. When trip almost ended, I went to the bus and I realized I stomped into a poop a few minutes ago. The trip bus was smelly and I was being bullied by a few classmates and my friend. Well, I survived, I think. No? RIP. My probably most embarrassing moment I'd want to talk about was not too long ago in March when I was in a bumper boat attraction. To explain it, the boats have a button that makes it shoot out water, and in the middle of it, a kid was holding down the squirt button, aiming the squirt gun at me for around 2 minutes. My glasses provided some protection, but after the time my eyes were so covered in water that I couldn't see until the very end. I was practically sitting there. My most embarrassing moment was when I was at my friend's house. We were having a sleepover for like 1 hour. Her parents weren't home. So being stupid, me and my friend and her little brother started doing backflips on my friend's parents' bed. Little did we know that we had broken the bed, so my friend's little brother told her mom that we broke the bed instead of saying that he did it too. After that, I was not allowed to go to my friend's house for a month. It happened a long time ago. So one day I was in French class and I had grapes in my lunch. Our teacher lets us eat snacks in class. Oh, those are the best kinds of teachers, am I right? I would always eat snacks anyways, but the ones that let you, A+. To you, teacher. I'm grading you now. So I was sharing some grapes with my friends. He decided to prank me and put a grape on my seat. So when I sat down, he started laughing. It wouldn't have been so bad if one of the girls walking past saw it and told all the other girlfriends. FML. When I was 11, my friend Nick was being weird. So I tried to push him back by his torso. Seems innocent, right? But then the sun got in my eyes and I accidentally put my hand in his area. My most embarrassing moment was when a ladybug landed on me. I hate insects. In the middle of an auction, and I freaked out and everyone looked at me. I'm usually good in school. Anyway, I was in class, 2nd grade. We were doing math class until I felt like burping and farting. I was building it up in my throat and in my bum. I couldn't hold it, so I farted and burped at the same time. I sounded like a pig crying for food. And then 2 of my friends said, "You did that?" And my teacher heard it and she was confused and my face went red. someone saw my red face, they told me, and I got so embarrassed I nearly cried. I was at a store and I was looking at a mirror and I kept making faces and almost picked my nose until I realized that it was a one-way mirror and the staff were behind it. The tip of my finger was in my nostril. Oh, that was a weird laugh. My most embarrassing moment was when I was in the bathroom at school and someone was using a big stall and I yelled, "Who is in the big stall?" and then proceeded to try and look under the stall to see who was inside. Then I realized my friend was taking a dump. My most embarrassing moment. I was waiting for my friend to come over and I was like talking to my online friend. We were Skyping and we've done a singing contest. The best singer won. So being the intelligent person I am, I sang "Twinkle Twinkle Little Star" in the worst voice I could make. Then my friend walked in on me and to top it all off, a few hours later she found my diary and read it thinking it was a journal. Yeah. Well, my embarrassing moments is when someone says something funny or something funny happens because I end up laughing the loudest and longest and people just stare at me. I try not to laugh much, but still. When I was 6 or 7, I was a very bad kid, as in I didn't follow directions at all. So one day my mother and father told me not to eat chocolate that was in the freezer. Being the kid I was, I ate it. All of it. An hour or later, after digesting the chocolate, my father came in and asked, "Who ate the chocolate?" And then I said I felt dizzy and he told me that the chocolate had medicine in it. So I was high AF. I would laugh at every single detail. Don't follow Snoop Dogg's advice, kids. What? When I was young, I was freaking obsessed with the song "Hey Baby." One time, while I was in the bathroom having a bath, I was singing the song over and over. About a year ago, my parents reminded me that it happened, so I asked, "I don't remember that. How do you know?" My mom loads up her computer and plays a video. She freaking recorded me singing it. I cringed so hard. My most embarrassing moment was when I was 6 or something like that, and I was hugging my mom goodnight, and I put my hand on her lady part and yelled, "Mommy, are you pregnant?" Yeah. My most embarrassing moment I can think of about right now is when I came downstairs once nobody was home, so I texted my mom asking where they were. After she told me to let the dog in, but she wasn't there. So I started flipping out and running around the yard screaming for her, slipping in the mud a couple of times. After 10 minutes of screaming like a psychopath, I decided to tell my mom. She told me that she had the dog the entire time. The embarrassing part, my neighbors were watching the entire time. My most embarrassing moment was when I was 7 and my mom said I should wash out my dirty mouth. I picked up swearing from my friend's parent, but I don't swear now. I thought she meant it literally, so I put soap in my mouth after school, in the bathroom with my friends. The worst part is that there was hair on the soap and I didn't notice until it touched my mouth. I was on a train when I was 6, and the train's carriage doors were locked, and I really needed to go to the toilet, but there was no toilet in my carriage, so I had to pee in a fruit shoot bottle. Yeah, that was slightly embarrassing and scarring. One of my most embarrassing moments was in grade 1. We're all outside playing a kissing game where the boys chased the girls and kissed them. One boy went up to me and kissed me on the lips. We still hate each other. So this was in school. So I was at my locker and I was next to a girl and a group of girls came and pushed us together like a couple and then said, "Let the marriage begin." P.S. This was during the time where my class thought we had secretly had a crush on each other. Her name was Sophia, by the way. One of my most embarrassing moments is when I was walking in my city with my family. I wanted to say something to my aunt who was far away, so I ran and I fell down 3 little steps. I was wearing a skirt and I'm pretty sure I flashed the restaurant who was right in front of the steps in a terrace. The people were trying so hard not to laugh. FML. My embarrassing moment was when I finally got to school at like 10. My school starts at 8:30 and I walked into the classroom and everyone was staring at me. Then I went to my desk and went back to sleep. Running into my classroom and then suddenly the person that people shipped me with ran into me and we accidentally hugged and everyone saw it. Ugh! This one time I had to change my pad, so I asked my teacher if I could go to the bathroom and he said no. I asked 10 minutes later and he still said no. So I got annoyed and I said, "Sir, you can either let me go to the bathroom or I will bleed all over your desk." Basically, I got to use the bathroom, but I did get detention. So I was in art and it was over then and I was trying to take off my art smock, my mom's old shirt, and my shirt went with it. Everyone laughed and all the boys saw me, including my crush. My face was like, ugh. My most embarrassing moment was when I was walking home from school and there were two guys talking. So I thought one of them was talking to me, but he actually was talking to the other guy. So I just kind of stared at them weirdly and said, "What?" Then I realized they weren't talking to me and I just ran as fast as the speed of light away from them. They gave me a pretty weird look. I accidentally signed up for a dirty dating website when I was little because all it said on it was make new friends. Oops. This happens to me all the time. I'm talking to my friends and then I just lose control of my voice. I'm way too young for that. 9 years only. Guys, make sure you check out my vlog channel by clicking on that info card right there. And make sure you answer a question of the day for a future episode, which is, what is the most embarrassing thing to ever happen to you at a party or at a family gathering, what have you? I don't know. Put it down in the comments below and I may read it for a future episode. High five.